Good evening, VPG. Tuesday night Pro Clubs action brought to you by one half of Pro Clubs Weekly on behalf of course, these guys, VPG. Welcome. Hopefully you enjoyed last night because we're back again, whether you enjoyed it or not really. And also we are here on Thursday as well. Full schedule this week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays is what we aim for, and that is what you're getting this week. So hello and welcome. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, all that stuff, get it all done whilst we go around the houses, because ladies and gentlemen, we have got 4 games of the highest order this evening, starting with Mr. VPG, Aaron Delosa's own Focus, back in cam tonight, taking on Class. Always the bridesmaid, Class. Third place, season 12, second place last season on goal difference. Is this going to be their season? A couple of new signings as well to talk about. Exciting one. That kicks off in about 4 minutes. So time to still show you what else is on offer tonight, and the Esports Cup is back. It's the round of 64, which means 7 games from the final. Basically, one of these two sides is going through by hook or by crook. It ends here tonight for one of those teams, whether they like it or not, which means extra time and penalties should we need it. Fluidity taking on EKO Esports. That is game number 2 in the cup. Match number 3 then, we go over to the big boys, Esports Premier, the flagship of VPG, and it is Prolific hosting the Spaniards and season 12 champions. Last season they finished second actually. Either way, very good side in Team GMASK. Prolific are 3 from 3 in the streams this season, so we're seeming like a bit of a good luck charm for them. Whoops. A Scorpion, thank you very much, and Captain America, of course. Thank you very much for adding those views. Appreciate you boys, and see you later, Ace, if you are in the team, which you are. Of course you're in the team. There it is. Match number 4 is the main event of the evening. Braunschweig taking on Focus One Mind. That is second place, fourth. One Mind were top last night. I'll tell you where that all went wrong as and when we get to that. But the teams are in. There's a few things to talk about there as well, actually, as there normally is, which is good. Otherwise, this would be a pretty boring stream. So I appreciate there being talking points. So yeah, there's your lineup for this evening. Prolific, GMASK in that. When I say 8:45, it's probably closer to 9 o'clock. And then straight after that is Braunschweig versus Focus One Mind. They're your 2 big ones today. Not to say that these aren't big games as well. Now, Class taking on Focus. Like I said in the intro, Class are a side who they're knocking on the door. And they can't really knock on the door any harder than what they have been doing recently. Wiltshire Polo comes into that back line this evening alongside new signing Captain America, who by the way has been superb and was brilliant last week when we saw him against Prolific, but also Chisui Shiki as well. So 2 of our favourite centre backs joined by one of our favourite players, Wiltshire Polo, who's not normally a centre back. So interesting to see how he gets babysat there by those 2 alongside him. And Logan has been in fantastic form for Class. He'll be looking to carry that on as well. The view at the base with Kaio of that midfield, and then you've got Invezi, our potential cameraman tonight, although his camera is not on at the moment. He says that, and now it is. Fantastic work from him. He's got us the 1080p stream, which is what we were after. He's not, it's 720, but he doesn't have a camera on, so that's good. So we'll go with that one instead. They are in the lobby, so that's great stuff. All ready to go. Just waiting on Focus on that one. And so I'll continue going through the team. Maigan and Invezi, left and right midfield, of course. And then the danger man this season is not their gaffer, Class Doyle, although he is a very, very dangerous man. Josh Chapman is their top goal scorer at the moment with 7 goals and 4 assists. Doyle, just for the record, 2 goals, 4 assists. And yeah, Logan and Captain America are their 2 highest rated players. So there's me saying he was in good form. Yes, absolutely, those 2 through the spine of that back line for Class, highlighted as the two best players, which is, at least I know sometimes what I'm talking about. Moving on to the away side then, Focus, 1 win in 9 in the UK Premier this season. We streamed them against Primal and they won. That is the one game that they won in the UK Prem, so we might be a good luck charm for them. That being said though, we did see them against Exito and they were 2-0 up at halftime and got beat 3-2. So it swings and roundabouts, really. Swings and roundabouts. The Focus game has gone into extra time, which I'm not here to cast aspersions, but a cup game before you stream is crazy. It's crazy. Kenzo, how you doing, buddy? All good over here. Bit hot, hence the Nike today. I cannot wear the Pro Clubs Weekly polo. Cannot wear it. It's too hot for that. Should we bring them to the LAN event to sell, or is it just better that Domino and I have them? Answers on a postcard or in the chat. Moving on to the Focus then. More to the point. They are 10th in Elite A as well, which is just above midway point in that league. That is the second tier in VPG. So not a bad outing for them. Much better than their UK Premier outing so far, 11th out of 14. So a lot of work to do for Focus, but I think they'll back themselves against this Class side, despite Class being 4th, despite Class being 8 points off of top with 2 games in hand. I think Focus always go into games thinking that they can do the business, and I like that. And you can always tell as well. I mean, look at the Exito game, look at the Primal game. I think they won both of those games, had 5 goals in them. Swung each way for Focus, but they're usually involved in good games. It's a very long way around of saying that. Players to watch out for then, Jerkosh up front, of course it's him. He scored a brace last time up on stream, and he is officially the top goal scorer in that Elite A, despite them being 10th in the league. So that's 15 in 13 games, 20 in all competitions for that man. He is partnered tonight by Davis up front, who of course was playing for Lincoln Esports last season. We saw him on stream as well. Tricky Customer has been playing out wide. He's been pushed up front tonight, and it looks like Jatsu has gone to CDM, which allows Delosa to play in cam. I was crying out for it on stream last week. I got my wish, and he has the potential to cook. He's playing against Liviu and Kaio though. That's my only, so if he doesn't cook, that's why. That's my disclaimer. That is my disclaimer. But yeah, Wigwam, Hudson and Mr. Salco are 3 fantastic signings for this side, and a real statement of intent from Focus. And Cobra has been absolutely brilliant in goal as well. A player that I wasn't too familiar with before this season started, and the 2 times I've seen him, he's been fantastic. And I know his gaffer as well thinks the world of him too. So I mean, it's very nicely poised for this one. I say it all the time when we're going into these games, because otherwise I'm probably not going to talk down about the games, but it should be a good game, and we are just waiting on Focus. Delosa is the second highest rated player, behind of course Jerkosh on 20 goals for the season already. He's got 7 assists, so hence my cry for him to play in cam. And yeah, just let them cook. Just let them cook. Interestingly, Anzino goes to centre back, and he was up front was it Thursday they played Exito? I think it was. Although if it was a cup game, it would have been Monday. He played up front, so going from up front to centre back, I'm not sure. I know they're missing Famous Stranger tonight, so they've had to replace him. They've moved everyone around basically. The only person who's stayed where he is Jerkosh and Koblerone in goal. So I still think they're feeling their feet a little bit. They're putting some feelers out, trying to get what this best 11 is, which is understandable considering they're 10th and 11th in their respective leagues. I get that. I think what they've got here though, which is a real positive, is they've got 11 very good players on that pitch. Coyote comes in tonight as well with Stranger going out, so 12 very good players. So there's worse things. There's worse things, put it that way. But it will be finely poised tonight. Other than that, boys and girls, we are literally just waiting for Focus to finish their cup game. They are in the second half of extra time. I mean, the only other stat I have is about Class, and in their last 5 games, won 2, lost 2, drawn 1. So pretty average stuff. However, they did beat One Mind 2-1, which, considering they were top of the pinnacle of VPG as of yesterday, as of last night, as of 8 PM when we started our stream, it's not bad going at all, is it? But that back line of Class, I think, is going to be very important tonight, because they are the side. They're the people who are responsible for looking after Jerkosh, and that's who Class really do need to focus on, if you pardon the pun, is that man. They keep him quiet. Of course, they've got the likes of Davies and Delosa around them, and even Jackson getting up from central defensive midfield. But I think that's task number 1 for them, if you break it down into little teeny tiny tasks. With the likes of Shisui Shiki and Captain America, no disrespect to Will Chappelle, I've never seen him play centre half. Very good wide midfielder, never seen him play centre back. It would be an interesting watch, put it that way. But those two alone, I think Jerkosh he'll be aware of them, put it that way. He'll be aware of them. It'll be a good battle regardless. Other than that then, there's not too much. We're just waiting. I can't even put it on the screen because I did fully come out of the Focus stream, so I can't even tell you where they are. There he is, Davis. They are in the 118th minute, and they are winning 3-2, so we would have done well to catch that game as well. But officially 10 minutes late, and no time of turning it around. So hopefully the team, whatever team they're playing against, not that I wish ill on anyone, hopefully they don't go and score an equalizer, because otherwise we're here for another 5-10 minutes as well. But first game of the night, I mean, we can talk about the second game, because I imagine we'll be blistering pace straight into that one. 2 brand new teams for me anyway, and I think for the stream too. It's Fluidity versus Eco Esports, or EKO Esports. That is a Champ B side playing against a League 1 side, so that 3rd tier. And I know I've been a long time because my background music's finished, which is 18 minutes long. Naughty boys, Focus. That is the 3rd tier plays the 4th tier there in the Esports Cup. And like I said, round of 64 means they're 7 games from the final. Lots of money to be won in that tournament. So it's definitely a tournament you want to stay in for as long as possible. And I mean, whilst you're in it, you always have the possibility of being on stream, which Tuesday nights are all about cup games, esports cup games. Mondays are for the other cup, which escapes me now. The Pro Series, of course, it's the Pro Series. Tuesdays, the Esports Cup. Thursdays is a straight shootout for the leagues. But I'm being told teams are getting into the lobby now, so we should not be far away from this first game. And like I said, we're going to be skating all the way through because we are already behind. Tell you what, let me put you on the lobby so you get something different to look at for once. But I mean, not that you need any more confirmation of the teams, but there they are for the last time, hopefully, he says. There's confirmation of Invezi. He's the gaffer. He's not the gaffer, but he's wearing the captain's armband for tonight. He's left midfield, and he's the cameraman. Lots of responsibility on that man's shoulders. Usually a striker as well. Confirmation there that they have now got the invite, and we can now start what is obviously going to be a great game of football. VPG UK Premier. 4th plays 11th respectively. Focus. I mean, I just said the last 2 Focus games on stream were 3-2 either way. and then they just go and win 3-2 in that game before the stream as well. They're just warming up their 3-2s, boys and girls. The odds have just been slashed on this being 3-2. It's actually not a bad scoreline for this. I can see it happening. Class like a goal. Depending on the mood they're in, class like a goal, and Focus just try and outscore whoever they're playing on the day, which I absolutely love, by the way. So they're welcome on the stream anytime. Class are definitely up there with one of the most streamed teams as well. Right, we did get the magic number of 22. What is this camera? Right, I'll try and make the best of this with what I can. But that in Vezi is horrific, and he's gone all the way through under 2 minutes. It's Davis with the flying header. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I was complaining about the camera. Look at that. Delosa, who I was crying out for to play in cam. What a camera angle that is. I mean, did Class have center and concede a goal in under 2 minutes? Either way, it was a great finish from Davis, and we said Jerkosh is the one getting all the plaudits. He's still a very dangerous man. I know he got multitude of goals last season for Lincoln. And like I said, Focus just like to outscore their opposition, so long may it continue as far as they're concerned. But lots of defending to do, I'm sure, now, because Class will have the absolute handbrake taken off of this game. Because if they don't score, they don't get any points. It's as simple as that for the team in blue and white. From right to left, didn't even have time to tell you about the teams. It's Focus in the all black from left to right. 11th in the league out of 14. And they're starting at a rapid pace. Here is Invezi. Gets absolutely cleaned out. No booking though, so just the free kick from this left-hand side, 34 yards out. It looks like he's going to swing it in, maybe do a little cross shot, but either way, it's outside of the foot. Does cross shot it in, and I tell you what, we didn't get the best angle of it, but it looked like they got the header towards goal at the very least. Must have taken a deflection. I don't think the goalkeeper saved it. It went like a rocket though, so correct me if I'm wrong. Edge of the box it goes, misses with the header. Snoop gets there. Don't know who Snoop is. Kaio maybe. Oh, there's Kaio. It's definitely not him. Good header. Down to Class Doyle. Fires it wide. For some reason, they've been given a penalty instead. I mean, it's zooming in on that guy. No idea why. LaVue, is that with the penalty? I mean, it's been tucked away regardless of who it was. It would be strange if a CDM took it, but that's who it looked like on the back of the shirt. And just like that, Class have restored parity. It's one apiece. One of the strangest starts to a fixture I've ever witnessed. A diving header and a phantom penalty all within 10 minutes. Told you it was worth waiting for, boys and girls. Doyle into Chapman, their top goal scorer so far this season. 7 goals, 4 assists. Not bad for 2 weeks worth of work. Class now got that goal and they're able just to settle down. They know they don't have to chase anything. Starving Focus off the ball as Wiltshire Perlo goes long. Gallen takes it down. Kaio's there, having a good start to the game. He is. Jerkosh. Out wide it goes. We might get to see it. Coyote. Very good player, not a great cameraman is Invezi. Addy does well. Gets it through to Snoop. Doyle first time off to Kaio. That, I mean, it's pretty much thread of the needle stuff. He did get a helping hand. Invezi, good feet from him. Player comes in though, and I tell you what, that's a rush of blood to the head. It's going to come all the way across. Snoop cuts it back onto that right foot. I don't think he needed to go on the outside. I think if he came inside, he would have been absolutely fine. Went the side the goalkeeper was already at, and it's a good save from Logan. Still had a lot to do, from Coburn, sorry. Still a lot to do, and Chubb Naldinho has made it into the starting 11 somehow. I don't quite know how he's done that. He's not on our list. But there he is. Snoop is there. Snoop is Migan, so I'm gonna, depending on what mood I'm in, go with Migan. Shisui. under pressure from Jerkosh, who of course has been very quiet so far, but do not rest on your laurels when that man is around 20 goals in the first 2 and a bit weeks of this VPG season 14. I just noticed Delosa's in the chat shouting his own name. Jerkosh off of Shisui Shiki, keeps it on. Coyote, back post is on, but I mean it needed to be a 100 out of 100 ball, and it was only 99. Shisui Shiki from the back for Class. The game just slowed down a little bit now, and it could, to be fair, it couldn't have kept up at that pace, he says. As Class, this is some brilliant football. Class Doyle sends the keeper the wrong way, and there is goal number 3 for the season for the Class gaffer. Excellent play from Class first and foremost, but that finish reeked of experience. It reeked of experience. There's a man who'll get you 30 goals a season easily. And Class have turned the tide 2-1. Delosa, good work from him. Davis trying to win it back. Jerkosh does win it back. Edge of the box is Delosa. Goes out wide to Coyote, but Maigan is there. Dispossesses and sets Addy off again. Addy is the cam for Class. Getting a bit of a free roll at the moment. There was some really good football that led to that goal. That second goal for Class. First one, skeptical. Second one, absolutely not. Well deserved. And Captain America, cool as you like. Cool as you like. Delosa has nipped in though. Gets into the box. Number 7 is there. I do believe that is the goal scorer, Lavieu. QPR just beat Prolific. Wow. Wow. Their first win of the season, I believe it is as well. Near post, flick on. Good save from Logan. I don't know who it was. I think it was the goal scorer, Davis. Looking for his second headed goal of the night. Logan says no. A flick on at the near post, and then it was a near post headed opportunity as well. I tell you what, Josh Chapman is in here, squares up his man. Great tackle. I don't know who Kerr is. I mean, Salco's there. It might be. I don't know who it is. Hudson, maybe? Either way, Chubnaldinho swings it into the back sticks. Headed out by Maigan. Az picks it up, gives it to Delosa. Chubnaldinho, good turn from him, but Lavieu is there again. Addy finds striker's feet, 2v3. Chapman and Doyle teaming up well. Kerr there again. We need to find out who Mr. Kerr is. I do think it's T. Hudson. It would make sense because he's a world-class centre-back. Delosa, though, looking for a through ball. Can't find it. 2 minutes till half-time. Good feet from Addy. He's had a good first half. Shisui Shiki happy to keep the ball for this Class side. Or I say that and they go long. And that's why they went long. Because Invezi was offside. And if they can get something cooking from here, Focus, which they can't, they're going to have to do some last-minute defending here as Lavieu breaks through. Back stick, it was a difficult ball. Ads heads home, and that is going to be confirmation of halftime. And a bit like the Exito game last week, Focus found themselves ahead. And then by the time I come on camera, they're not ahead anymore. Like I said, they're very good to watch from a neutral point of view. If you're sat at home in your Focus jersey or your Focus hat, maybe not an easy watch. But like I said in the commentary box, the first goal, I'm skeptical about it. But the second goal, I mean, that's just Class living up to their name. Great football, playing through the thirds, finds their striker, finds their talisman, puts it away with that wealth of experience. A very classy finish. Finishing off a very classy bit of play, but Focus came out of the traps like an animal, and they've just been blunted by this Class side, which we thought might happen because they've got some extremely good defensive players. But if anyone can find another goal, I do believe it's Class, because they've got goals for days. And once again, I will apologise for this camera. I'm going to have to speak to Invezi. Only started playing pro clubs about a year ago now, did Invezi. I like to think Pro Clubs Weekly had a good part to play in that. He played in a Pro Clubs Weekly draft one day, randomly turned up from his foot escapades, And we convinced him to stick around, and now he's playing in the UK Prem. It's a real Jamie Vardy story. Gallen misses out with that pass, but wins it back to Jerkosh. Coyote back to Mr. Salko. Good football from Focus. Playing class at their own game. Davis lays it off to his gaffer. Goes over the top. Shisui Shiki, though, speaking of wealth of experience, there he is. Heading home to his goalkeeper. And, of course, Class Doyle wins the header. But Josh Chapman could not get onto that flick on. So, Focus will restart from the back. Leview, quality player, that man. Gallen into striker's feet. Hands off to Delosa. Runs back into traffic in the form of Leview. Someone left something on someone, which means Class will have a free kick on the halfway line. Didn't see it myself. Kaio, Shisui Shiki to Addy, to Leview, has been quality so far this game. Salko steps in. Wigwam into Davis, who gives it to the on-rushing Delosa. Thought he had the burners on his man there. Cut back into danger. Wiltshire Perlo wins it. Very, very high up for the centre-back. Maybe forgot he was playing centre-back and not wide midfield. He is a wide midfielder by trade. Played well at centre-back, though. Nice and aggressive going forward. Might be slightly in a good position there, but loses out to Chubnaldini, who slides it through to the goal scorer, looking for Jerkosh. 20 goals this season. Of course, you're going to look for that man in the box. They will get a corner, however. Just under 60 minutes gone. Focus. A goal down after being a goal up. Delosa swings it in. Near post flick on. There is Davis. He's on a hat-trick now. It's 2 apiece. The near post flick on was spot on. They've clearly worked on that in training, and he's not going to miss from there. 3 yards out. Great finish by Davis. It is Desmond. 2-2. Addy, good turn. That 3-2 is looking good, boys and girls. The 3-2 is looking good. Chubnaldinho. It was him winning the ball back and sliding it through to Davis that got them that corner in the first instance. I tell you what, Logan's come a long way there, but turned out to be the right decision. Unlike last week, Focus have got themselves back into this game. 2 apiece. And the game looking very open at the moment as well. Both sides want to win this game. Think they can win this game. Coyote heads it across. And I tell you what, if he wanted to take that down, the ball was so good, he probably could have. Josh Chapman holds it up nicely. Gives it to Az. Leview swings it in. It's going to be there again, but Chubnaldinho is there again. Good play from him, Wiltshire Perlo, in the nick of time. Kaio, good turn from him. Slide rule pass. Mr. Salko is there again. Does give it away to Az, though. Swings it in, back post. There is Class Doyle. I tell you what, you would put your absolute house on that. Your mortgage, your car, everything you need. And he's put it wide. It was put on a plate from Az. Wow. Wow. Are they going to rue that? Are they going to rue that mischance? He's so good in the air as well. Chubnaldinho, edge of the box, gives it to his gaffer. Good foot in from Leview. Gives it to Class Doyle. Sets off Chapman, but there's 4 black shirts around him at the moment. That's a great ball through to Class Doyle. There's a man at the back post if he can find him. Coyote does well getting back. Will be at the expense of a corner, however. Is the cameraman to take this. In Vezi from this near side. Switching wings to take this. Captain America wins the first one, but it is blocked and now played out. Jerkosh runs into heavy traffic. Leview there again. He's got to be in for a shout for man of the match. Class Doyle looking to turn provider. Swings it into the back post. Headed down. There is Josh Chapman. That's a fantastic tackle. In the nick of time, 15 minutes from the end of the game. And if a goal went in there, whew, we know Class can defend as well. That's almost as good as a winner. Anzinho, right in the nick of time. Good football from Focus here, though. Coyote goes to the back post. Chubnaldinho down to Delosa. Good save from Logan. Parries it out. Wiltshire Perlo almost completes the clearance, but Chubnaldinho's there again. What a second half he's having. Edge of the box it goes then. Coyote down to Gallen. Coyote there again. Looking for the byline, or is he? Don't think even he knows, but his team still got possession. Wigram slides it through to Jerkosh. Oh, either side. A foot either side, and it was in. Good positioning from Logan. Clastoy with the overhead kick. 3v2. Gives it to the man on the left-hand side. It is Lavieu breaking through. Already got a goal to his name straight down the throat of Coblerone. Like I said, both of these sides believe they can win this game. Both of these sides going hell for leather. 7 minutes left. We don't want this game to end. It took a while to get us started, but we don't want it to end. Jerkosh has a man to the left-hand side. Goes for the 1-2. There is a big finish from Jerkosh, the goal machine. It's goal number 21. And Focus are righting some wrongs from last week. 3-2 last week against them. 3-2 up this week. Wow. Wow, we called it before the game. Unless Class have a final sting in the tail here. Oh, these boys. Let's get Focus on every night. Right, 3 minutes for Class to get something out of this game. To be fair, they deserve it, but it's weird. Both sides deserve to win it, which normally means it probably should be a draw, right? But a draw just wouldn't seem fair in this game either for either side, so... I'm almost speechless. Lavieu, how is he on the losing side? It makes no sense. Being one of the best players on the park tonight. Migan heads it down to Addy. Gives it to Josh Chapman. Surrounded by black shirts. Mr. Salko being one of them. Someone gets an applause. I imagine he's applauding Mr. Salko, who made that tackle. But let's not forget about that Anzino tackle as well. 15 virtual minutes ago. Ball comes in from Invezi. Mr. Salko there again. Migan heads it in. I'm not sure what that clearance was, but it works out for the boys in black, and they will pick up all 3 points against 4th place Class. And I tell you what, boys and girls, with the news that QPR beat Prolific as well, there's some strange things going on this evening. There's something in the water this evening. Expect the unexpected tonight is what I'm going to say. Oh, what a game. What a game. Right, let's go and find this other game because they are shouting at me when it's nothing to do with me. As much as I would love to run VPG, run my own league, it's nothing to do with me. Right, it is looking for that 1080p stream. Yes, there we go. And I'll treat you to a good camera angle, hopefully, as well. He says, again, something I have absolutely no control over whatsoever. Right, enough of my ugly mug. Let's get this game underway. It is Fluidity. Here's the team sheets. Fluidity taking on EKO and an Alex Rocker. Is it Alex Rocker? I don't think it is Alex Rocker. It's OP Alex. Sorry, Alex Rocker and Alex OP. I mixed my Alexes up. Both of you playing Cam. Just going to double check it's not Alex Rocker. I don't think it is. It's not. Right then, 2 brand new sides as far as Pro Clubs Weekly is concerned. And I do think as far as VPG live stream for as long as I've been doing them anyway. So welcome both. A few players that we do recognize, of course, OP Alex. Torminho is the player to look out for on that EKO side. Top rated for his side and top goal scorer for his side. 12 in 12 for him. And the player to watch out for in Fluidity is a player that we know from his time at the Dregs. Season 10 season, 12 goals in 16 games for SB. Usually a striker or a winger is playing in centre midfield tonight. Look out for that man, a very, very classy player. Is Fluidity Champ B side taking on EKO League 1 side. So Fluidity by lazy journalism alone, go into that as favourites. Other than that, though, it's cup football, boys and girls. So anything goes. Anything goes. And we stay here until one of these sides wins. That is the beauty of it. Oh, right, okay. Let's do this then. It is EKO in the black and Fluidity in the white from left to right, getting us underway here with Lucas on this right-hand side. Breaks into the box. Another fast start, and I tell you what, we love a fast start tonight. Just a tiny bit slower than the Davis goal all of, 20 minutes ago. This one absolutely rocketed into the back of the net. A super quick start from Fluidity. Take a bow. Take a bow. Lucas. Right midfielder. More like a right winger or centre forward with that finish. Superb stuff. And a great camera angle as well, I was right. The beauty of the cup, boys and girls. EKO know now they need to come out. They need to come out swinging like class in the last game. And swing away from a neutral point of view, is what I say. Kobe does well. OP Alex picks up. He is the gaffer of this EKO side and their cam. Very, very good player. Very classy player. Jackers on that far side for EKO. Alex loses out to Michael Pike. Ryan, edge of the box. Biglia steps in, although the clearance leaves a lot to be desired, and Kaiser slides it through to Mush, the gaffer, for Fluidity. Swings it in. I tell you what, it was dying to be put away. Absolutely dying to be put away. There were two white shirts under it. Neither of them could connect. I'm sure they were slapping the hell out of their shoot button for that one. It just did not lock them on. What a ball from Mush, though. The gaffer leading by example. Early on, Fluidity. It's all Fluidity. EKO struggling to get out of their own half. Don't forget, Fluidity are the side who we're marking down as favourites for this one. They are playing in the higher league. Michael Park keeps the ball despite being under pressure. Good work from Fluidity. Goes long to the goal scorer, Lucas. We don't get that man on the ball more often than not. The linesman's got his flag up for something. I'm not sure what it was, but EKO are not going to complain about it because, like I said, Fluidity have started this game very, very well. Not just with the goal, but with possession as well. And speaking of the goal, here is the goal scorer. Lucas manages just about keep it on. I tell you what, I think that was Ryan running down the line. Maybe should have released it. He'll know that. He'll know that. Still on a high from his goal. I clocked it at 1 minute 41 seconds. But that Davis goal was 1 minute 13 seconds, I do believe. Don't quote me on it. From memory. Lucas tackled his man and got the throw-in. Is there anything that man can't do? SB, the player we highlighted at the start of this game. I don't think he's touched the ball yet, other than that 5-yard pass. Clearly, Lucas and co have got other ideas on who's going to be the match winner, who's going to be the player to watch today. Kobe comes across again. Good work from him. Completes the clearance. The central centre-back for this Fluidity side. They beat Primal last night 8-3, by the way. So if they want to produce another 8-3 or a game of the same ilk, no problem. Here's the goal scorer. Breaking into the box. Does exactly the same as he did last time, but Foka comes across to cut it out this time. That was the difference. Nesta there. Good tackle. A dangerous tackle in the box, but fortune favours the brave and all that. Dabo down the line to Foka, the man who dispossessed Lucas the first time in the box. Alex OP, good feet from him, gives it into Torminio, goes near side, it's hit the frame of the goal and gone in. There's the man we said that Fluidity need to look out for. 13 in 13 for that man now. What a finish. And just like that, back on level pegging it, 1 apiece. It was the first time Alex has got free and had a bit of space to work in these first 28 minutes. I mean, don't get me wrong. They did well getting it into Torminio, but he had a lot to do from there. And my God, did he oblige. Great finish. Not too much Schergs could do there. This is a good run over on that far side. Not sure who it is though, because we don't get the name pop up, which is really helpful. Here is Mush. Inside to Kaiser, looked for the first time pass. It is Dabo over the top space on that far side. It's Alex again, occupying the right-hand side of midfield. Getting a bit of a free roll. Here is Ryan. That's an excellent takedown and an excellent pass. Akers to run into for the gaffer. Mush gets to the byline, squares it across. Nico is there. Read that really, really well. And I tell you what, someone's ran off the pitch, which leaves this man unmarked at the back post, and Fokker comes across. I'm not sure if someone was AFK, but it meant their player was keeping everyone on side. Otherwise, I think that ball in, he would have been off. Kobe heads it down. Dabo and Co deal with it. There is Jackers. Gives it to Viglia. Down the line it goes to the goal scorer, but Mush is there. Leading by example. Fluidity happy to keep this ball because EKO have played themselves back into this game well. Not just with the goal, but with the amount of possession they've had since that opening, I would say maybe 15-20 minutes where it was all Fluidity. And they are slight underdogs as well, don't forget EKO, but nobody has told them that as Torminho breaks into the box, has a shot, and I tell you what, it had some venom on it, and Schergs needed to get a strong wrist to that as well. His positioning was good, but I don't think he expected him to shoot from there. Covered all angles though. Here is Alex, edge of the box, headed down by Viglia, first time shot, and it is that man again. Torminho. It's going to find him again. He's got Akers. This time Schergs is equal to it. You cannot leave that man unattended in the box. Been 2 or 3 times now, and Fluidity are going to have to learn the hard way eventually. He's already got a goal to his name, and they need to sort what they're doing out from these corners. That's twice in a row as well. Mush must be screaming at his players. Just before half-time as well. Tries to get rid of it, but it's going to come back with one of the smallest builds I've ever seen in my life. Wow. He's not even the cam either, because I know Alex is the cam. Brilliant. Jackers on the overlap. Cuts it back. They're going to play for half-time now, and they're going to get exactly what they were playing for, half-time. It's a chance for a breather, actually, because, I mean, coming from that Focus Class game, straight into this game, and then we didn't even have a chance to tell you who was in which kit or who was going which way or whatever. Lucas had almost broke the back of the net. So that was a great start to the game, but it has meant that we've just been catching up this whole time. EKO played themselves back into the game well, and Alex inspired EKO, and it was that man, of course, Torminho, who got the goal. He's had 2 other chances at goal as well since that goal as well. So that is something that Fluidity will need to be aware of, and maybe that's something Mush needs to be saying to his players in that dressing room at halftime. EKO will be saying, the gaffer will be saying, give it to me, because he's having a real good run at it at the moment, especially that second half of the first half. Don't forget, boys and girls, it is cup football, so something has to give. If it is a draw at the end of 90 minutes, we will be going to extra time and penalties, which I'm sure the teams playing after this will absolutely love. I'll keep an eye on those teams as well, because we are at the official start time for those games. Jackers heads home. Michael Park goes down the line to his gaffer Mush. Tries to cut inside. It is repelled. Jackers, good step over. Buys his team a bit of time before. Not the best ball I've ever seen, but I tell you what, Fokker did well. Dikio, what a slide rule pass that is. Kaiser does fantastically well. I mean, if I'm an EKO player, I'm calling for the foul there, but from up here it looked like a good tackle, but also we've seen them given. We've seen them given. Just letting teams after this know. Here we go. Lucas, edge of the box, already a goal to his name. Gives it to Michael Park, smashes it home, restores the lead for this Fluidity side. 54 minutes gone. We have got a game on our hands. 2-1 Fluidity. SB9 takes it down with consummate ease. Gives it to Bang, who was overlapping from midfield. Nesta, instead of going long, finds Dabo's feet, who just about digs it out. Good press from Fluidity. I mean, they gave up the press eventually, but the opposition did go long, so it's played straight back into their hands. Ryan, great turn from him. He's looked tidy so far this game. First 60 minutes. It is the side who we earmarked as slight favourites. One loss in their last 5 for these boys. Good bit of form. 3-0 and 3-0 in the previous 2 rounds. Both of these sides looking good in this competition, actually, because EKO beat RS Esports 5-1 in the first round, 3-0 in the second round. So we should have expected goals tonight, and goals we've got. We'd like a few more, though. Focus really did set the bar high with that first game, that 3-2. Sorry if that's a spoiler alert. You want to go back and watch it. 5 goals in that first game, 3 goals in this second game. What's the biggest win a team has ever got on FC25? I don't think it would be in VPG. Unless you mean in VPG. Like I said, Fluidity won 8-3 last night against Primal. Primal are a UK Prem side, so I don't know what's going on over there. Fluidity are a championship side, so it was first tier playing second tier. We would have liked that one on stream. That would have been good. Mush loses out, so it falls to Alex's feet. EKO just not got going so far in this second half, despite, I would say, finishing on top at the end of that first half. Fluidity have definitely managed to play themselves back into this game, a bit like how EKO did after the first 20 minutes of the first half. So a real good ebb and flow to this game. Just shows that these two sides are pretty evenly matched. Ryan's picked that ball up in a very, very good position here. Snus gives it to Michael Park, already got a goal to his name. There is a fantastic save from the EKO number 1. Brilliant stop. Michael Park looking for his second. Alex into the box. It's going to fall. What a save that is from Shergs. Close range, point blank range even. They've not got rid of it though. Finds Tormina's feet. Edge of the box is Dabo. Gives it to Jackers as he breaks into the box this time. Good feet from him. Left foot swings it in. He's got ahead of his man, but Lucas somehow got his head to it. Was behind his man. Once again proving he doesn't just score goals. Michael Park, who will be wondering whether he could have contributed more with another goal, just to give his side some breathing room. Here he is again popping up with Snus. Ooh, it was Snus who played that ball through to Michael Park earlier on. A very good save from Slay. Here is Fokker. Puts the man down. Cuts it back to Dabo. Excellent ball in with that left foot. Bit of an outswinger. And there you can see EKO are having to commit men forward, but in doing that, leaving just the tiniest gaps at the back. I mean, they had good cover there. Dabo, good turn from him. Lured that man in. Playing through the press really well at EKO. Exchanging passes. 9 minutes left. They've got to force the issue. Have EKO, otherwise they are out of this Esports Cup. 7 more games to the final. It's a long old road to the VPG Esports Cup final. Snus down the line it goes. Another world-class ball from him. Here is the goal scorer. Lucas gives it through to Ryan, who finds Michael Park. The other goal scorer adds a cherry on the top. Puts some breathing space between his side and the Italians. That should be the Italian job done and dusted. 3-1 Fluidity. Mush. And there might still be a sting in the tail here. Jack is back post. Time to take it down. Doesn't take it down. Lucas is there though and will play it off his man. They'll be celebrating in the chat right now. They will be celebrating that clearance. Nico into Alex. Kaiser is there. Two-goal hero, Michael Park. What a good performance for him. And we said, is he going to rue that missed chance? No, he is not. Unless Torminho can score from here. And I tell you what, it's another 3-2. I don't think there's going to be any more time for EKO to do anything else about it, which is a real shame from a neutral point of view, because this has been a game and a half. We don't want it to end, but unfortunately, the referee is going to blow that whistle anytime soon. Ryan opts for the shot, and there is confirmation in that bottom left-hand corner. Fluidity 3, EKO 2. The second load of 3-2s in a row. Keep them coming, boys. I told you there's something in the water tonight. There is something in the water. Congratulations to Fluidity, and commiserations to EKO. What a fantastic game that was from a neutral point of view. I mean, they're playing the highlights, so I'm minded to leave on. In fact, I'm going to have a drink whilst they do that. And they're checking for something. I'm not sure what it is. Who's this cameraman in Vezi? I don't know what they're checking here, and he's got some dodgy cameraman skills. I'm not sure. He could show us the goals if he really wants to. He's not going to, though. We are on the EKO game, so I'm sure they're not going to want to sit there and have a steward's inquiry about it. Right then, let me have a little look at where we are with game number 3, and I'll bring up game number 3 for you. There it is, boys and girls. There it is. Prolific taking on Team GMASK, Season 12 champions, VPG esports champions. The highest honor, other than maybe a Champions League, I don't know, maybe. It depends. It's exactly the same as what would you rather win, Premier League or Champions League. The seasons are longer with the league, so maybe a league. Either way, it's not a problem I'm ever going to be faced with, but a lot of these good players actually will do. So we'll leave it up to them to decide. But I'm just checking where Team GMASK are and who is streaming for Team GMASK, because they might be the ones potentially holding this one up. Let me just double check. Also, if you're in the UK, you know how bloody hot it is. Another hot one. It's Valdi, who I'm supposed to be following. Maybe I don't follow him. He is their go-to. But I can confirm Prolific are just sat in the lobby, so yeah, we've got quite a bit of time here. I'll leave that stream on. Right. We've got a real good opportunity to let's talk about the teams first, and then we'll have a little look at the league table. It might very well lead into that. But Prolific are 7th, GMASK are 8th. Prolific at home, so a slight advantage, I would say. A slight advantage for Team GMASK. We'll start with those, though, because everybody knows Team GMASK. That Season 12, that runaway league leading VPG Esports Premier title lift. There you go. There's a long sentence with no breaks in it. 19 points was the gap between first and second that year. No one was going to catch them. I think we called it in week 4 or 5. No one was going to catch them, and they marched on to victory. They haven't changed much since, other than the shock retirement of Rayo. I'm not sure if the plan has ever been to bring anyone else in to replace him as a like for like, or whether they are such a close-knit side that bringing someone in could spoil the bunch a little bit. So I'm thinking of world-class strikers like the man on the other side, by the way, Sentinel, players like Mirko, players like Polga, those types of players who will get you 30 goals in a VPG Esports Premier season. You would think with GMASK being a massive side, having lifted the trophy in Season 12, and finishing second last season as well, they could easily attract a player of those statures. And I think that is true. What they are doing, though, is they're keeping that close-knit bunch. And one of the things we have always said for the last 2 seasons is Team GMASK have had so much success because they keep playing the same 11. They've got... The season they won the league, I think they used 12 players, which is crazy. Which was crazy. So... tonight, they've gone with Lattice Jr. up front, who is a real box of tricks. When you play in a João Lukaku side as a wide midfielder, and your gaffer is a wide midfielder, there is no hiding place. So Lattice Jr., he's a very, very good... I would say he's more of a winger, but he's been forced to play wide midfield in the sense of... he has to get back and defend. He has to win headers. He has to do this. He has to do that. I think seeing him up front, if Team GMASK are not going to play wingers, which they're never gonna, seeing him up front, I think he's just going to be able to let the chains off, let the shackles off, and do his thing. He is partnered up front by Wembyama, who is one of the best in the business. So expect magic from those two. Yasin has gone to right midfield. Obviously, that's who replaced Rayo up front last season. He dropped out of centre midfield to go and play up front. I think he did a really, really good job because you can't replace Rayo. It's as simple as that. I think he scored 3 streams in a row when we watched him, but didn't score that many, obviously, in comparison to Rayo. But like I said, they finished second last season, so not a bad season by any stretch of the imagination. And that one player they have brought in technically to replace Rayo in terms of bodies is Chris Rendell, who is just slotted in, and they've somehow found this man. He plays CDM for them. He's tried and tested. He was battle hardened and ready. He's just slotted in absolutely fine. So as far as Team GMASK are concerned, I don't think they're going to mind too much, because that 11 they've got, it's a bit like Focus that first game. They're going to move their players around to see what fits best, but they've got a quality 11, so they can get away with it. And that back 4 is just that back 4. Wakabashai, one of the best in the world. Guto, Valdi, Guillem, they don't need to ever change it. And the availability from this Team GMASK side is second to none. Right then, Prolific on the other hand, 7th place. Played 13, won 6, drawn 4, lost 3. Unbeaten on stream this season. That's 3 from 3. Can they make it 4 from 4? Just 2 losses in 19 games this season. However, they did lose that first game of tonight, off stream of course, against bottom of the UK Premier and winless, sorry QPR. My tip to have a good season, QPR. So cheers for that, boys. Those 3 wins on stream, Heritage Class and Exito as well, so no slouches whatsoever. Sentinel is the man to look out for. Lazy journalism, he has 7 goals so far this season. Kimmy Seasons, though, is their second highest rated player behind Sentinel. He has also got 3 goals this season as well, so keep a lookout for him. He's been a very, very good signing. I've spoke about it, I think, all 3 streams, so the Heritage Class and Exito stream. That midfield 3 of Caldwell, Dilvix and Miller, this is a real litmus test against Christitos, Raven and Chris Rendell, because if they could do the business against these 3, I think that will just prove to everyone how good this 3 are. And I'm going to highlight Miller because he's got that responsibility. He is the holding CDM. Whilst Dilvix and Caldwell definitely help out, they're very, very good at intercepting and cutting down those passing lanes. At the end of the day, if the ball gets through to Lattice Jr. or Wembyama, he's the man that they're going to be looking at. He's the man that Crimmy's going to be saying, yo, what's going on here? And he takes that responsibility a bit like I want to say a player like Lavu, who in that first game was insane, by the way. But you know the type of CDMs I'm talking about. And as of right now, I can't name a single CDM, just because that's how my brain works. But you know, the likes of, I'm going to get him up, Festic is exactly who I was looking for, or San for Braunschweig. Those types of players, they've got a ready-made top CDM in Miller, so fair play. Tuanze and a Scorpion at the back, with Darmzo as well. And I always leave Darmzo out, and I don't mean to. He is a quality centre back. It's just Tuanze and a Scorpion we've been watching for the last 2 years and have never put a foot wrong. Zedek in goal as well. It's going to be a very, very good game. Will it be 3-2? I'm not too sure. I think either one of these sides would take a 1-0. And that is my worry tonight. That is my worry. Because both of these sides are gunning for gold. You know, if either of them finished in that top 3, it wouldn't be as strange to see. GMASK being away from home as well, I think really, really does even this out too. So it's either going to be a 1-0 or a 2-1. And I'm not going to call it. Because I love Team GMASK, but Prolific are my boys, and they're unbeaten on stream as well. And I want that to continue. So I'm gonna happily sit on the fence. I'm gonna sit on the fence. Take away that screen because it's rubbish. Magic number 22 in that top left-hand corner means we are gonna be good to go. He says. 1 loss in 16 for Team GMASK, and that was against Digital 2-1 a few VPG nights ago. So between them, 3 losses in over 30 games, 35 games. Something's got to give though. Here we go. Find out in the next virtual 90 minutes as Team GMASK kick us off in the all-white. From right to left, taking on the home side, Prolific, who have chosen the traditional blue and red PSG kits this season. Crimmy over the top. A half-assed attempt at a jump. Lattice Jr. We're coming out of the game for some reason. I don't know what that reason is. If it pops up, I'll let you guys know. But once more, here are the teams, boys and girls. Nothing that we haven't said already. Other than if you're sat looking at those team sheets wondering what the hell is going on in left midfield and striker for Prolific. SJ Clay is up front and Crimmy is left midfield. Don't know why they've both got Crimmy, but we move. The left midfield Crimmy is the real Crimmy. The striker Crimmy is an imposter. That's SJ Clay. Crimmy, of course, being the gaffer, he can do what he wants. Both sides getting back into this game nice and quick, at least. The good thing about the esports premier sides are, boys and girls, is they turn stuff around quickly because they're used to doing this every night. Right, let me just check in with Braunschweig, and One Mind is the next game up, by the way. Do not miss that game. Make sure you stick around for that one. That one's going to be an absolute banger. That is second plays fourth. Right, let's get back onto pressing matters. I think they're going to have to restart this lobby because Prolific are sending and Team GMASK are not receiving. We were doing well. We were going 100 miles an hour, of course, but we were doing well. It had to come to an abrupt end at one point. New kits for Team GMASK this season as well. They've gone with the red and black. I always find it fascinating, the kit choices. I think I said that last night as well. Always find it fascinating to see who chooses what. I guess unless you're an actual official team, you're not tied down to just one kit, I guess. Yeah, both sides struggling. Did I mention it was absolutely roasting hot in the UK at the moment, by the way? Which is why I'm not wearing the official Pro Clubs Weekly polo, which, whilst is very, very comfortable, does get quite hot when you've got all these lights on you. Opted for the sports kit tonight. Do you know what team Senhor Marinetti plays for? That guy is cold. Do I know? Do I know? Why does that name ring a bell? No, I don't, is the short answer. Senor Marinetti. Maritini. No, I don't, Zazo. Apologies, buddy. Should I know? He's on PC. That might be why he's so good. I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. Don't kill me, PC players. The problem is with this stuff, we've got 22 people sat there waiting to play, and 2 people just sending invites. If they don't work, they don't work. I mean, all you can do is reset the lobby or try a different captain. But you can almost feel the tension when people are saying, I've sent it. And it's like, well, we don't have it. But you wouldn't lie about it. That's the thing. Waiting around, whatever, it's pro clubs. We're used to it. It's lobby simulator, really. But I don't like what it does to the managers and the teams. It creates that tension. It should all be nice. It should all be friendly banter. But yeah, you can almost feel it just bubbling underneath, which is... I'd rather it do that on the pitch. I'd rather it bubble underneath on the pitch, not in the bloody lobby. There's no point in that. Middleton, you said it. You said it, not me. But yeah. Who knows? Who knows why? They could just fix the game, I guess. They could just fix the game. That would go a long way. Right then, let's try this again, boys and girls. Team GMASK in the red and black hoops, taking on the Brits, Prolific, who have changed their kit now. All white kit, the away PSG kit. Don't know why Creamy wanted to take his sweet time with that. I think he did that yesterday as well. Not sure what's going on there, but here we go. Coldwell, early doors, goes back sticks. It is! It's a night of early goals. Coldwell into the box. Back sticks, and do you know what? I don't even know who that was at the back post, because I genuinely didn't think we could see another goal in under 2 minutes. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think it might be SJ Clay. What a header that was, though, against a world-class goalkeeper in Wembyama. The ball in from Coldwell was delicious. And Team GMASK is Sentinel. Of course it's Sentinel. Wakabashai on console. Stop it, Middleton. You're casting aspersions. Being a naughty boy in the chat. Tell Delosa on you. 1-0 to Prolific. Sentinel. 8 goals. He must have more than 8 goals this season. He scored 8 goals on stream this season. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Prolific unbeaten. 3 from 3 on stream. Just 2 losses in their last 19 games. Can they get this one over the line? They've got 89 minutes to hold on. Or they could give it to Sentinel again if they really want to, because that man, everything he touches at the moment turns to gold. What a header. Back across the goalkeeper. 3 games, 3 goals inside the space of 2 minutes. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Gillem, cut out by Miller. Highlight him, or will always highlight Miller. Krimi gives it to Dilvix. There's Caldwell, who's already got an assist to his name. Looking for the back post. Gaffer heads it behind. How many minutes are they playing? Crazy. To be fair, I'll let you off because they could just be playing a half if they've already come back out. It's a full 90-minute game. Still the first half, 13 minutes in. Wakabshai claims that one at the near post. Kimi Season gets his noggin on it. Halfway line with the throw will be the gaffer for Team GMASK. Juan Lukaku immediately gives away possession. No, here is Krimi or SJ Clay. We don't know which one it is. It was SJ Clay. Gives it to his gaffer. Krimi goes near post. Good save from Wakabashai. Definitely the busier of the 2 goalkeepers so far. What a night. What a night of pro clubs. Near post, Damso gives it to Krimi in the back post. I tell you what, Guto's done fantastically there to hook it basically off the goal line. And yeah, Team GMASK are having to do a lot of last-ditch defending here. Prolific, obviously angered about that first game, which I won't talk about on stream again. Although QPR would love me to. But yeah, they've been angered. Looking to put some wrongs right in this VPG Esports Premier. This is not UK Premier. Team GMASK would be a real outplace otherwise. Caldwell, good turn from him into Sentinel, the goal scorer. Dilvix slides it through to his gaffer, just about gets enough on it. Good feet from him, twists and turns, cuts it back. Caldwell, feet from him as well. Prolific are... They need drug testing, basically, because this is an inspired performance. This first 23 minutes, I've not seen them play as well as this. And I've seen them win 3 times already this season, so it just shows you how good they are turning out against a very, very strong Team GMASK side. Wakabashai is in no rush to take this, because there very may well be conversations going on in that chat right now. Lattice Jr. Just, yeah. That is how Team GMASK have started this game in a nutshell. Kimi Seasons comes all the way back to a Scorpion. Cut out by Chris Rendell. Gives it to Wembyama, but there is Miller. One of the best in the business, boys and girls. I keep telling you. Under no pressure at all. That press is not what we're used to seeing from Team GMASK. They are standing off this Prolific side, and Prolific a goal to the good. They're happy just to not have to force anything. 3v3 at the back here as well. Here we go. SJ Clay heads it onto his gaffer, Krimi, who looks in inspired form at the moment. Valdi is there, our cameraman for this evening. Puts it out for another corner for Prolific. They are keeping up this pace, keeping up the pressure. Krimi swings it in. Edge of the box is absolutely free. Tuanze gives it to his centre-back partner, Ace Scorpion. Can't get out of his feet. Lattice Jr. wins the initial flick on, but it's going to come straight back at Team GMASK via Caldwell. Chris Rendell, probably the best Team GMASK player at the moment. Wembyama gives it to Yasin on the overlap. That's a massive save, but I did see the flag went up, so I wasn't getting too excited. Zed there with a good... Well, that wasn't a good clearance, was it? Good save, though. I think that rather his saves beyond fleet than his distribution. They did get it back in the end anyway. Headed down again by SJ Clay. Good work from him. Sentinel tries to go on the outside of Guto. Gets put down to the floor, and Team GMASK just getting a bit more of a foothold in this game now. Juan Lukaku breaks into the box. Lattice Jr. at the near post. Miller is there twice. I don't need to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. But he's making me look like a very good commentator. Or at least analyst. Christitos to Anze in this time. Good pressure from Prolific. Prolific playing like Team GMASK usually do. High on that press. High intensity on the tackles. SJ Clay, edge of the box, goes near post. Raven clears, goes to ground. Dilvix out wide to the gaffer, who did stray. Offside, 5 minutes left. It's been all Prolific so far in this first half. They are the home side, of course, so there is a possibility GMASK are playing on a slight delay, perhaps. Caldwell, overlap again. Crimmy cuts in, swings in. They smell blood here. Another goal here just before half-time would be the cherry on top of this performance. Caldwell is having a blistering game. Gives it to Crimmy. Valdi heads, but only as far as the 18-yard box. Miller puts it straight back in. Caldwell and co. all fighting for the cause. Those red and black shirts trying to get up in support. Lattice Jr. seeing a lot of the ball. Skins his man. Edge of the box was on. Dilvix is there. Kimmy Seasons is back there as well, defending. Just about do enough. Maybe to get them through to halftime, unless Yasin wants to dump this ball in. Wembiyama. Nope. Took too long on it. Damzu came across. There is SJ Clay. What a first half for Prolific. I don't think, especially after the first game of the stream, which, the first game of the night for Prolific, which I'm not going to talk about, of course. I think once you go through that as a team, logging on, you suffer a defeat when you weren't really expecting to. Getting yourself back up for the rest of the night is difficult, but these Prolific players, I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, they've been here before, they've done it, they've got the t-shirt, they designed that t-shirt themselves. Back on the horse, taking on one of the best sides out there in Team GMASK, and I don't even think Team GMASK are playing bad. Prolific are just playing really, really well, and we've said occasionally on the stream that sometimes teams just come up against other sides who, it doesn't matter who they're playing on the night, if they're in that form, they'll beat anyone on the night. And Prolific just did a 45 minutes like that. Can they do another 45 minutes like that is the big question. Team GMASK, don't ask me. Normally I give advice here. Don't ask me what the advice would be, because I don't know. You guys are much better placed to advise yourselves. I'm just going to sit up here, be pretty, and watch this second half. Prolific 1, Team GMASK 0. Prolific in the all-white kit. Team GMASK, Season 12 champs, second place last season, with it all to do. They're in the red and black hoops. Lattice Jr. onto that left foot. That's a massive save from Zezek. Near post. Lattice Jr. looks lively. I think that's one of the small positives from that first half. Gilem straight into the grateful hands of Zezek. 2 good saves from him now. 1 counted, 1 didn't. But 2 good saves nonetheless. Long ball out. They're going to get change out of it as well. Here is the gaffer. Crimmy tries the shot. Wakabashai. Strange animation from him. Kimmy Seasons gets it onto his left peg. There we go. Melchi gets it down. Another big save from Wakabashai. He's being kept busy just as Team GMASK were looking to get themselves back into this game. 2 shots in quick succession. Wakabashai equal to both of them. That first one was pretty tame. Second one, though, was a very good save. Christitos looking for the ball over the top. Kimmy Seasons, who literally just swung a ball in 90 yards away, is back there defending. Wide midfield, boys and girls. Hardest position on the pitch. Zed goes long. They've got a lot of change from those long balls. Yasin playing wide midfield tonight. Raven into Chris Rendell. Gets it back from his gaffer. Christitos. Juan Lukaku was ahead of his man there as well. Don't think he realised until it was too late. Lattice Jr. Good feet from him. Gets to the byline. Well stood up. I do believe that was a Scorpion. It looks like it should be a Scorpion because he defended really well. He's usually got that grey dreadlocks going on. That's a ball and a half to the gaffer. Crimmy to SJ Clay. Sentinel. In the air it goes. Kimmy Season can try his best. It was a bad ball in the end. Tries his best to head it into the path of a teammate. Doesn't get anything on the end of it. Wembiyama and Kolo. Good press. This is what we're used to seeing from Team GMASK. That press from the front. We've not seen it so far in this opening 60 minutes until now. When did Team GMASK start to chuck kitchen sink at it? Darmzo cleared. Chris Rendell loses out as well. I tell you what, some of these prolific boys really fighting for the shirt here. Coldwell again. It's a 10 out of 10 performance from that man. Gives it to Kimmy Seasons. Takes it on. Parried out. Creamy heads it down. I can't keep up with these silly name changes. That was SJ Clay. But Wakabashai there again several times. Prolific looking good money to double this lead, I tell you that. Are they going to rue some of these missed chances though, because they're beginning to get a bit gilt-edged. Kimmy Seasons there, the latest one, breaking through on goal. Probably had enough time to really take it on and square up the goalkeeper. Took it really early. Also could have made a pass as well. A booking there for who I'm assuming is SJ Clay. Not that I would know, silly names. Dilvix. Back it goes to a Scorpion. This diagonal. This is the diagonal they're getting so much change out of. And I tell you what, that was close. SJ Clay looking for a strike partner, Sentinel. Juan Lukaku with acres to run into though. He's got to be pressed. And he is pressed. Lattice Jr. comes across. Looks lively. Looks like the player more likely than not. If Team GMASK are going to get a breakthrough, it's going to be him who does it. I think Prolific just need to be wary of that man. The rest of them have been quiet. I don't think they'll mind me saying. SJ Clay, good hold-up play from him. Gives it back to a Scorpion, to Wanze. There is Miller dropping off into some space. Best in the business. That diagonal for the first time wasn't on. Gillem makes that clearance. Wembayama heads it to himself. Darmzo tries to play through the press. Much better press this time from Team GMASK. Is it too little too late, as Jojo once said? Chris Rendell inside to Raven. Stabs it forward. I'll never understand that ball. Wins it back though with his big ginger afro. Just not at the races. Just not at the races. Something not ticking over. Might well be a delay for this Team GMASK side. It might very well be. But at the end of the day, when all's said and done, the only thing that matters is that top left-hand stat counter. And it currently reads 1-0 to Prolific. SJ Clay gives it to Coldwell, the centre midfielder. In the 80th minute, bursting to the byline. Near post it is. Gives it to SJ Clay. Big save from Wakabashai. And I'm not even sure it was a save in the end. I think he's just scuffed it. He has scuffed it a very long way. And Sentinel's just gone through. As I was looking at another game, boys and girls, Sentinel has put this game to bed. Apologies, I missed that up here. It is 2-0. It's well deserved for this Prolific side. To be honest, even if I didn't look up, I probably would have just screamed Sentinel's name anyway. Of course it's him. A tidy finish. Wakabashai, if you go and check. Hello. Wembayama's in. We've got a game on our hands all of a sudden. Is this going to be a 3-2? Is this going to be another 3-2? 2-1. Don't listen to what I just said. The game is not done and dusted. And I will continue to watch this game. We're running 12 minutes behind schedule, which is why I was looking at that other one. Just to make sure they don't start without us, because they've got a knack of doing that. He says, type in another message. Long ball. Headed back to Wakabashai. Here we go then. What do Team GMASK have in their locker? It's got to go long, and it does go long. Darmzo is there, though. Try not to pick him out, though, because he's a beast. SJ Clay loses out on a booking, so needs to watch himself. Yasin can't squeeze it down the line because Crimmy is there. Kicks this one straight into the corner. You'll love that. Wakabashai is sweeping right now. Sends it long. They're not getting any change out of this whatsoever. Miller's turn this time. Raven does well, but it's going to come straight to Coldwell. SJ Clay picks himself back up. Sentinel doesn't force it, though, and that's the right thing to do, I think. They come all the way back, and there it is, boys and girls. Prolific 2, Team GMASK 1. Sentinel, again, another 2 goals on stream. Team GMASK threatened to get back into it with Wembayama in the 84th minute, but do you know what? Prolific played class, or they played Heritage not long ago, and they just they made the other side look bang average. today, Prolific made Team GMASK look average, but I don't think Team GMASK did a lot to help themselves either. This was a kind of game last season in Season 12 that if they played, they would have found a way to get something out of that game. Prolific were worth their weight in gold with those 3 points, and if we can get the stats for the saves, I think you'll be amazed at how many saves Wakabashai actually made. He kept his side in it for a very long time, and we're seeing that sentinel goal from every single angle right now. If you want to go look at the other one that I missed, that would be fantastic. Here we go. What a ball that is. I can't believe I've missed that one. There it is, though. There. It's brilliant to watch. It is brilliant to watch. Right. Whew. Whew. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The Prolific gaffer Crimmy is in the chat now. They can't lose when we're watching them. That's 4 from 4. Someone had a tiny little pop at us for streaming them again, for having the nerve to stream them again. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Things were said. Things were said. Polga's got adverts on. Polga, come on, brother. Even we don't have adverts on. I don't think we do anyway. Who's the other streamer? Who is the other streamer? Can't be risking adverts with you boys at home. Not a chance. Let's see if this one's cooking. 1080p, maybe. They've got adverts on as well. What's going on? Maybe we need to put adverts on. Wow. Well, I can't promise you that it's not going to go to adverts during the game. We just have to keep our fingers crossed, boys and girls. But confirmation of the two sides. They're getting into this game, so it has to be a quick whip round. Second place, Braunschweig have done a lot of tinkering because they have to. Clade steps in for Gok. Gok is their highest goal scorer. I think he's got 8. Creatura's got 7. Creatura has the most assists in the league as well. The highest league. 4 saves for Wakabashai. He definitely got more than that, Ace. 100% got more than that. He had 4 saves in the first bloody 20 minutes. So yeah, Clade comes in to replace Gok, but Clade is on 4 goals, 4 assists already this season. So I don't think that's not a bad kind of like for like. All the gains comes back in, but Blickbert drops out, which means Sam goes over to that right midfield, and Kukenroll moves up to Cam. Leandro drops back from wide midfield into the defense, so someone missing from there as well. They've got a lot of players missing, which I'm not sure if Focus One might know about, but if they didn't, they do now, which I apologize for, Braunschweig. But Braunschweig's 3 wins in 3 on stream so far this season. Fluminense done, Rote done, Europa done. Are they gonna do a Prolific and make it 4 wins from 4 on stream? 1 loss in 6 for the Germans, and looking in good form, to be fair. All the gains comes back in, which I think is a phenomenal replacement player. One of my favourite midfielders in the whole league, so fair play. The ex-Volt man, not a bad player to bring off the bench. One Mind were first this time last night. They were first. I remember looking at the league table. 2 0-0 draws last night puts them down to 4th. Played 13, won 7, drawn 4, lost 2. The 2 draws last night, though, to be fair, one was against GMASK, who we just saw, presumably played a little bit better last night, and Capri. So fair play. I don't think One Mind will mind too much about that, but they'll need to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. And when you've got the league's top goal scorer, of course it's Polga, then anything is possible. He's partnered up front tonight by Wiz. They seem to change their strike partnerships all the bloody time. I can't keep up with it, but everyone they do bring in is a bloody good player. Festic and DeFreezy at the base of midfield. Stocks plays Cam tonight, and Ju and Francois are those 2 wide positions. 2 very, very good wide midfielders. Atsu, Sephiroth, and carries on playing at centre-back, which he's one of the best wide midfielders out there. What do I know, boys and girls? What do I know? He's having an absolute blast in centre-back at the moment. And quite clearly, One Mind are doing something right because they're 4th in the league. Worth, not sure if you heard, were 1st for a very long period so far. So 1 loss in their last 6, but only 2 wins for One Mind. So lots of draws. Last time we saw them on the stream, One Mind, they absolutely demolished GSK 5-0. Now, tonight has been a strange one. There's been lots and lots of goals. 2 0-0s for One Mind last night. Let's try and change that. I can't believe there's not been a goal already. What is this? Crazy. There's normally a goal by now. Are we going to keep it up? Well, I tell you what, Para. He does stop it. There was a shot inside the first 2 minutes, though, so fair play. Thanks for trying, guys. That does get rid of our streak of a goal in the first 2 minutes of every game tonight, which is unfortunate, but they can make up with it for the next 85 minutes. Here we go, then. It is One Mind in the Napoli kit, the all-blue kit, taking on Braunschweig in the all-black. Braunschweig are the home side. Q can roll. Gives it to San, who gives it to Clade. Big save from Maheda. Excellent fingertip stop from him. Turns it around the post at the expense of a corner, but called into action early doors. Polga, the cameraman, for tonight. Top goal scorer in the league, 12 in 13. Flicked on right under the crossbar. Maheda is there again, though. In for Anonym this season, who sadly retired from pro clubs. Hopefully we see him back next year. Festic tries to go down the line. Leandro, again, a bit like Tut, stepped into centre-back and has done well, so they've kept him at centre-back. But he's a player who's scored 2 in 2, 3 in 3, whilst Braunschweig have been on stream. So it's sad to see him at centre-back, but expect to see him popping up from a corner, perhaps. Creatura, like I said, most assists in the league so far. He's on 8. Second place is on 6, who I believe is Ixie. But I was going to say both sides starting well. Other than that throw-in, both sides starting well. Maheda is the goalkeeper, called into more action. The focused One Mind shot stopper. And that is exactly what he has been doing. Stopping shots. Here is Jew, playing very narrow. Hank gets across. Very impressed with him so far this season. All the gains. Creatura showing us why he is that creative spark. Gives it to Clade. Gives it to Q can roll. Oh, he's found a way through. It's Creatura. Kept it low. Maheda, who's been in top quality form, couldn't do anything about it. The snapshot from 12 yards find its way into the back of the net. And it is first blood. Braunschweig 1-0. It's a funny old game, isn't it? Goals, goals, and more goals. This has been a good night for the neutral. One Mind have to come out swinging now. Marv. I haven't even had a chance to talk about Marv. Here is Clade, though. 4 goals, 4 assists for that man. Not a bad substitute striker, eh? Yeah, Marv's been fantastic so far this season over on that left flank. Stock's not seen too much of the ball, unlike this man, Q can roll, who again, I think when they're at full strength, I'm not sure he gets in the side. Clay does really well. Look at that press. All the gains and co. Leading the charge. What a press from Braunschweig. Shades clears it. They've stockpiled players, because don't forget they're missing 2 or 3 players here. Maheda's going to come all the way, and I tell you what, it was the right decision, but there was inches in that. Well played from Maheda in the end. Francois flicks it on to the deadliest striker in the league, Polga, who I think may be his first touch. Hank there again. Breaking down play nicely. And it's all Braunschweig so far, especially in this last 10-15 minutes. Knocking around at the back. They've got the pleasure of being a goal to the good, so they don't have to force anything. Ball goes long, not a great ball, truth be told. Sephiroth takes it down on the thigh, gives it to Tut, down the line to DeFreezy, over the top. That's what we expect from that man. Gives it to the on-rushing Jew. Good work from Marv. Will be a corner to One Mind, though. Not had to do much defending since that first shot in the first 2 or 3 minutes, which Para obviously saved. Oh, there he is. Sephiroth gets the charge on his man with the afro. Look at that muzzy. It's glorious. Almost as glorious as that header. Headed it down past Para. 1 apiece. Textbook stuff, boys and girls. Textbook stuff. The ball in was, it was begging to be attacked. Q can roll. To Hank. Out wide to Marv. Good feet from him. Left foot swings it in. Overhead kick has just gone wide from Clay. This is their backup striker, boys and girls. This is how deep this Braunschweig squad goes. All in it for the greater good. But they have just been pegged back. That ball over the top from De Vriese. It was probably him who took the corner as well. Well, I might be shortchanging someone. Apologies if I am. Wiz. To their gaffer, De Vriese. Back to Wiz. Stocks. Turns on it. Shade steps in, but the good press from One Mind, who smell blood here. Ju breaks into the box again. Squares it across. Under the crossbar is the gaffer, San. And I tell you what, he didn't rush it. It kind of needed to be rushed. Here's Wiz. Leandro blocks the first one. It's going to fall to Polga. Hank is there at the cost of a free kick. And edge of the box it is. Which one of these world-class players is going to take this? I don't know who number 7 is, but I know it's not Polga. Just over 20 yards, I'd say. 22 maybe. Taylor Swift free kick. Here we go. Goes far side. Good save from Para. Strong hand. Gonna fall to Polga though. Good skill from him. And Wiz rolls it straight into Leandro's path, who not the most convincing clearance, but there you can say, I was going to say there's a reluctance to go long as they go long. Creatura chests that down. Not sure if he was chesting down to himself or his strike partner, but One Mind mop up, and they've done fantastically well to play themselves back into this game. I tell you what, Festic there with the feet. Good work from him. Polga into Francois. Here is the gaffer. De Vriese. Ball over the top. Teo has to work back. Does so. Clears it on the second time of asking. Q can roll. Slides it through to the ever dangerous Creatura. Waiting for that overlap on the left. Instead goes right, left for Sad. Squares it across. That could have been it could have been a goal we were showing for years. That was superb play from this Braunschweig side. Both sides looking good in this first 45 minutes. Both sides got themselves the goal. Carrying on this great attacking play, and they're not over yet. Wiz gets to the near post, squares it across. It's exactly the same as what happened on the other side. We don't. I'm gonna put the cheer on. I'm gonna put the cheer on because what a first half that was, and it finished strong going into that second half. What I'm worried about now is what tends to happen sometimes is they have their break, they sit down, they have a drink of water, they have a cup of tea or whatever they need to do, and then it goes off the boil for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. We did not want halftime there because that was such a good half of football. Both sides, the ebb and flow was fantastic. Braunschweig's turn, then One Mind, then Braunschweig, then One Mind again. This game could go any way, and I think both sides know that as well. They're just happy to go through the motions. I don't even really think there's a particular tactic either side are going for that tries to counteract the other side. It is very much just, let's just get back on that pitch and try and outscore the other. And that has pretty much been the goal of tonight. And I know that is how football is played, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate that. I do understand that. But I said it after the first game. There's something in the water tonight. People are loving the goals. People are loving the attacking play. Let's go. Second half of game number 4 is the last game of the evening. Sigh, cry, sad face. Creatura slides it through to Clade. Gets it back. Creatura, edge of the box, goes low. Maheda might have saved it. Took a deflection. Either way, they're going to get a corner out of it. Once again, it's within 2 minutes of a half, of a kickoff from a half. Something in the water, boys and girls. Something in the water. Right then, corner to Braunschweig in the all black. One Mind in the Napoli home kit. Ball comes in, looking for the edge of the box. There is the goal scorer, Sephiroth. That bullet header around about 30th minute. Marv swings it back in, but that's got Maheda's name written all over it. Tallest man on the park. Minus maybe Para. Francois, good knockdown to Festic. Over the top it goes to the top goal scorer in the league. San, it's a good tackle, but did trip his opposite number. They do get away with it with Wiz. Good first touch. One-touch football from this one-mind side. And I tell you what, they love pressing on those first touches. It's paying dividends so far. Kukenroll has looked a tidy play. Reverse ball, gives it to Clay. Cuts inside, cuts outside. Sephiroth with the block. Honestly, boys and girls, if you aspire to play in the VPG Esports Premier, you must be just drooling right now, because both of these sides, some of the players, some of the talent on show now. Bearing in mind, both sides are missing quality players tonight as well. We are being treated. What a ball that is. San takes it down to Clade first time. Sephiroth steps across just as well, because Maheda had slid off the pitch. He'll tell you he knew what he was doing. San and Co win it back, try to squeeze it through to Striker's feet, but it does find the one-mind Striker's feet in Wiz. Stocks just about squeezes it through to Polga. Good feet from him. Leandro there, but Wiz is there again on that press. They press that first ball. If they lose the ball, if there's an interception, Exhibit A. Stocks this time, slides it through to the top goal scorer. Wiz is going to get through. He won the ball. He went down. Questions will be asked. The referee is not interested. Playing with fire are Braunschweig. Kukenroll being one of the best players on the park. Edge of the box to Creatura, but the gaffer is there and sets away this man, the league's top goal scorer, Polga, as he breaks into the box, showing no signs of letting off, hits the side netting. Hungry for goals, this man. There would have been no goals for him because his side didn't score any goals last night in the Esports Premier, so you know he wants to keep those goal-scoring escapades up. Here he is again. Cut out though, and Shades does one of those 90-yard on-the-turn clearances that we absolutely love. We don't love them. But fair play to him, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Looking for Striker's feet. Will find Striker's feet because Polga is pressing. His one-mind side do very, very well. I tell you what, this man Wiz has had a brilliant game. Gives it to Ju. It's just anytime it gets into that box, the press is so good from one mind, but so far so good for Braunschweig as Mars gives that away. Tuck, good positioning from him. Gives it to Wiz, who's looked so lively. A very good player, we know. I think Ju had to leave that. It's the right decision. Shades clears it into touch. Almost landed in my lap, that one did. 20 minutes left. Stocks into Ju. DeFreezy gives it to Wiz. Looking for options. Finds a very good option in the form of Polga. Good feet from him, but there's plenty of black shirts around to make sure he cannot progress, and he does not progress. All the gains, flicks it on. Kukenroll there after the knockdown from Clade, who again has been fantastic too. There are black shirts up, and I tell you what, he's going to be kicking himself for that. The ball needed to go over the top. He kept it on the deck. Polga wins the flick on, tries to slide it through to the on-rushing Francois. Para completes the clearance. What an overhead kick that is. But I don't think Marv had any gas left in the tank there. Really struggled to get the engine going for that one there. Feeling his age. Shades, good ball into Clade. Now Kukenroll onto that left foot. Stood up well. I do believe that was great defending. We spoke about him in the intro. Wide midfielder, turned centre back. We've seen that a few times tonight. Edge of the box is Clade. Flip flaps. Good save from Maheda. Good follow up as well from Creatura. That man looks hungry as well. Last 10 minutes. Are we going to get a match winner? Are we going to get a hero? And I tell you what, Polga was in there. Francois could have released that one early. Good skill from him. Does have to come all the way back though. Keep possession well. Leandro there. Again, another man who plays out wide and has had to tuck in at centre back. All the gains. Acres to run into. Swings it in. Creatura is up there. I tell you what, that was probably closer than Maheda would have really preferred. Got the run on his man. A bit like Sephiroth's goal. Got the run on his man. A great ball in from all the gains. Begging to be headed. 3v3 if they can squeeze this one through. And they do. Here we go. Ju makes it 4. Wiz. Oh, they just can't find it. It's been the story of this second half for one mind. They've got themselves into such good positions. Oh, Clade, behave. Great feet from him. San is gaffer on the overlap. Festic, though, maybe just needed a little bit more pace on it. Polga's feet, looking for the return. Won't find the return because Shades is there. Despite the through ball. Looked half decent as well. Antsu does well. Keeps it alive for this one mind side. A goal now from either side will win it. Polga gives it to Stocks. Edge of the box is Wiz. Francois cutting inside. Teo does well, but there's that press from one mind. Wiz's feet. Good block from Marv. Black shirts back there defending the cause. Finds Polga. League's top goal scorer. He finds a way. There it is. It's the winner in the 90th minute. Heartbreak for Braunschweig. Jubilation for one mind. It's goal number 13 for that man, Polga. And there is confirmation of the result because of that goal. It is 1-2. Braunschweig won an away win. The cruelest possible way if you are a Braunschweig fan. Absolute jubilation if you are a one-mind fan. And I tell you what, they've absolutely done a number on that stat for Braunschweig, because that would have been 4 stream games and no stream losses for Braunschweig. Instead, they pick up their first L on stream. Apologies, boys, but go and blame that man, Polga. League's top goal scorer for a reason, finds a way through, and it's heartbreak for the Germans. But it's just one of those things that was a game that could have gone either way, because it was 2-1. There's been 2 lots of 3-2. I would say in terms of sitting back and watching how the best play this game, go back and watch that Braunschweig one-mind game. That's how competitive pro clubs should be played. Fantastic from both sides. A real shame one side had to lose that. It would have also been a shame if one side didn't win it either, if it was just a draw. So yeah, congratulations to one mind, commiserations to Braunschweig. Both sides are welcome back any time. Right, guys, you guys are welcome back anytime, but make that time Thursday at 8 o'clock, because that's when I'll be here. No point in turning up tomorrow. Nothing's happening tomorrow. Thank you very much if you made it this far. It really does mean a whole lot to us. Pro Clubs Weekly and VPG. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so. Slap a like on this live stream as well. That usually helps, right? Algorithms, etc. And yeah, I will see you on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Be there or be square. Bye-bye.